Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to MCOC News. Not much has really happened in the community over the last 48 hours, but still there are some stories that do deserve some kind of lip service. And apart from doing an intense arena grind and needing a haircut, not really much has happened to me, so let's just get into these news stories. The first forum post that makes the news is this one here. It's a kind of a discussion point, but it is a case of like this particular person is not happy with the fact that Blade is utilized so much, and it's kind of like an Alliance Wars kind of takedown. Unfortunately, not a lot of people do agree with this. They do feel that this is a bit of a kind of open-ended discussion with a lot of not people agreeing with the post. Yes, you can say that a lot of people that, and he's saying not very skilled people do use Blade, but at the same time, a lot of people are saying that, well, in some cases it's needed. If we go back to the days where we had the likes of Magic all the time as a boss, people were always complaining in the forums that Magic was such a pain in the ass. But it looks like it's a case that we will see this on repetition, which is good in some ways that we are diversifying the Alliance Wars bosses that we are using. I've seen Modocs, I've seen the likes of Dormammu, that's another one. And obviously you then go, well, how the hell do I take down these? Blade has got the danger sense, which is good for that. We've also got the fact that if you put him with a good synergy, then he can then theoretically take down MODOK. And as well, the same thing can be said with Archangel, which is said in the post being used against Magic. There are options. Nothing is ever off the cards. Medusa is another one that could be put in there with regards to if you're using her attack or a defense. I've seen it again as a defense boss. So there's lots of opinion on this, but at the same time I think that we can be too kind of going, oh, this is definitely going to be the OP champion here, that's an OP champion there. I think a lot of people will agree to disagree on this point, and obviously if you have an opinion on this, then put it into this forum post. The reason this forum post I've mentioned is that it's got well close to 2,000 views and a real good dialogue in the comment section, so have at it with those comments. Our next story is all about the puzzle. I finally got round to getting the video together that I want to release, which is the puzzle. It'll either go out today or it'll go out tomorrow, which is my thoughts on this. I've done a lot of research on this. I think I did about 2 hours research looking at comic book sources, and it will be a case I will release this video this week. And a lot of people are still having different opinions. There's some things that we're definitely dead certain on. Obviously, if you've seen some of the leaked stuff, you know that we are definitely getting Ragnarok version of Hulk. We're getting Killmonger. We're also getting Kova's Glaive. We're getting Ebony Maw, Proxima Midnight. There's loads of other different ones there, but I know I did mention where Ebony Maw was not really in that definitely getting list, but at the same time we can say that this looks like we've got the Black Order. And I won't go into too much detail on this because I just want to keep it short and newsy, but the main thing is I've done a video with my research and that video will be out shortly. But a lot of people have gone to this forum post, which is over here, and do go over that and have your opinion on this, because people, they're pretty certain they know who it is, but we don't know, but we can have a good guess. Our next story is Marvel Insider. Yes, I'm covering Marvel Insider. I've got over my saltiness that I had with regards to my account being banned, and for a lot of people who are then questioning, like, why'd you get your account banned? Well, what I did was I went to Marvel Insider, Marvel Support on Twitter, and I said that at the time, and this was like several months ago, that people weren't getting a lot of their reward points. Marvel Support, who were then liaising with me on this and help people out, then kind of questioned my account, because obviously, as we all know, we are doing it by the way of putting your email and username in the section, not going to a certain page, which then says, okay, you're a US resident. No, we then go that we kind of bend the rules in the system. And if you've seen my guide video on this, I kind of explain how to do this. So anyway, I had probably about several 100,000 points. I also had the top agent rating. And yeah, so I lost my Marvel Insider account, and I was like, this is just so frustrating. But I'm going to start again. The best thing to say is if you fall off your horse, you get back on it again. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get back on the horse and start talking about Marvel Insider. So there is a Sentry and Void pack to get, and you can go over to Marvel Insider, create an account. I'll put a how-to in the description below, and yeah, go and get these things if you wanna. If you got the points, then grind them out. It's free stuff at the end of the day, so that's the main thing. But obviously, word of warning, if you do get found out, then obviously you will lose your account, similar to me. And I know of several people that have had their accounts banned. It's probably best not to kick up so much of a fuss like I did, but I did it on the basis of kind of saying, hey, my fellow MCC summoners are having the same problems. Can you make sure we get the points? And it seemed to be a case that, to give you an idea, I only received, of the 3 events that you could claim points from, probably about 1 or 2 of them I was getting each month, which is not really enough to then get the stuff in order to kind of buy these things, these lovely rewards. So do watch out and do be prepared that if they ban your account, it's probably reason why that they've cottoned on to the fact that you're not a US resident. Our next story, and this is really kind of unfortunate, but it does happen, in that Joel Line has decided to say goodbye to the Marvel Contest of Champions game. And we should just, you know, applaud him and say thank you very much for all your amazing guides, your lovely thumbnails, and all the kind of great interaction that you had with the community. It does come to a point of any player of any game, you will find a point where you'll just go like, do you know what? I'm not overly sold on this, and changes are not kind of going in a certain way, or you're finding that things are the time grind side of things. Like, to give you an idea, I could probably achieve more in a weekend in other games and make YouTube content on them than I would in Marvel Contest of Champions. And that's no disrespect to the game, the community, or the developers. It's just how it goes. They've set up the game in a certain way that you have to grind out extensively in order to make further points in the game. To give you an idea, I did I've probably grinded for about 48 hours over the weekend on the Archangel Arena. And I then look at it as a value of going like, hey, well, during that time I couldn't make content because I was extensively grinding. Yes, I could do arenas, but live stream it, but that's really not the case. But going back to like Joel's kind of goodbye, it's a goodbye message. It's a 15-minute lovely video. It's very complimentary to the community, but at the same time, it is sad to see a really decent Marvel Contest of Champions YouTuber leave. The level of detail to his guides per each champion was exemplary. But at the same time, if you're reaching a point with the game that you just have to say, I'm gonna have to stop and move on, then that comes. And I think that everybody should support Joel Line in the future. Obviously go over to his channel, make sure you subscribe to him. I know he's going to cover things like Fortnite. I know he's very interested in that, and as well as other games. And that's something that I think a lot of Marvel Contest of Champions YouTubers, not all of them, but some have been trying to do, is then get themselves into other games. I originally covered World of Tanks, World of Warships, and some other stuff. But mainly, I want to kind of move in to stuff with regards to, I'm still covering Marvel Contest of Champions for a long time. I'm still really happy with the game, but I will be doing War Wings, as you know. I will also be, I may go off of Pokemon Go and then pick up World of Warships again, as well as then go into console games, because the plan is I'm going to buy a console game in the next couple of months and then do content on that. But anyway, give Joel your love and support and thank him. Go over to the video and thank him. And our final story, and to keep it light and kind of like joking, we've got this little thing I found on the forum, which I thought was quite funny. If you're not familiar, in Hawaii, there was this kind of accidental kind of text to, or kind of alert with regards to like a nuclear bomb attack. And this kind of like is quite cool. So it just says that Baby Groot was responsible for pressing the button. So that's been MCOC News for the 15th of January 2018. Hope you're having a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. Hopefully you're either having a lovely breakfast, you're having a great evening, a great dinner, you're chilling and relaxing and playing the game. All the best, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye for now.